A French court has acquitted former IMF chief Dominique Strauss-Kahn of aggravated pimping, a charge that he faced even though he didn't procure the prostitutes for sex parties, according to him, in the U.S., France, and Belgium. Strauss-Kahn, who has been embroiled in 4 years of legal battles because of sex acts, stood alongside 13 other defendants, most of whom were also acquitted. Now, he's vehemently denied knowing that any of these women who actually took part in his orgies were hookers. Lurid details of Strauss-Kahn's sex life continue to unravel, but he was accused of sexually assaulting a maid in 2011, if you remember. He was also found not guilty of that assault. However, he might be found guilty of officially being a total creep. The jury is still out on that one, but he seems to escape this. He's like made of Teflon. Nothing sticks to this guy.
No, he's made of money.
He's made of money.
But, you know, it's funny how you can sit there, you know, with a straight face and say, well, these women in these orgy parties that were willing to sleep with an old fat guy, probably numerous old fat guys, everybody in my old fat guy circle, they're not prostitutes. They were just giving us lap dance and sleeping with us because we were throwing money at them when we were rich, but they're not prostitutes. You cannot prove that.
I mean,
right,
how difficult would that be to prove that they were actually hookers? And
you can't.
The thing about this man, I mean, IMF chief, that is remarkable. How he ever had the focus and the fortitude with all of his activity going on to be able to hold a job like that astounds me. But also the fact that nothing sticks to him, you know, in and out of court. The first time he came on the scene where we actually knew who he was regarding his sexual activity was 2011, when a maid accused him in New York of having, you know, unconsensual sex with her, and he was able to effectively smear her to the point where her credibility was destroyed and he was off the hook. Yet again, he seems to target women that he knows are not going to have a lot of credibility. Maybe that's his mode of operating. Who knows?
Who knows? And, you know, maybe we'll never know whether these women were actually prostitutes, and maybe, you know, somehow he'll just come out unscathed, clean again, like he always does. I mean, I hope not. But this does show, you know, how rampant corruption and these, we saw recently the DEA in Colombia engaging in these crazy cocaine-fueled sex parties. It's like, God, you can't trust anyone. I mean, don't ever be, you know, too trusting with these people who seem like legitimate heads of corporations or NGOs like IMF, for example. You just can't trust them because they're all doing shady ass stuff behind the scenes, and there's no way of knowing until they get busted with orgy parties with not prostitutes.
Just women, honey, not prostitutes. Wasn't that his wife that we just saw? I mean, where is she in all of this? You know, I'm surprised that he hasn't tried to be acclimated into the GOP, the gross old pervert society. I'm sure that, you know, he would just be right up their alley. We'd love to know what you think about this former IMF chief, what he's been doing behind closed doors, and his recent not guilty verdict. Please log on, post your comments below. While you're at it, subscribe to the Lip TV 2.